Okay, assalamu alaikum everybody. So thank you for coming, those who are here, those who are online. This is the meet and greet for the candidates. We have all the candidates sitting here. So I'm going to ask each candidate to speak 2 to 3 minutes. Please limit your remarks. What is your manifesto? What do you want to do? After that, we will inshallah open it up for questioning. We are requesting those who are members ask the questions, those who are not members ask the questions for the members. I will introduce the candidates now. I will start with the post of the president, and then we'll introduce the candidates running for the post. For the president, we have 2 candidates this year. And when I call your name, please stand up so it goes on or raise your hand. We have Sohail Pirzada, who's standing right. And then we have Jawaid Alam. For the candidacy for board, we have Sister Huma, who's not present today. She is traveling, so she did request that she won't be able to. She won't be able to make it. We also have Monawar Alhaque, Nazim, and Brother Ashfaq. And then Brother Jawaid is also running for the board seat as well. So he's running for the president and for the board. With that, I'm going to start with the presidents to speak first. The candidate for the president. Is it okay? Do you guys mind who goes first? So do you want to go first? I don't think.
Assalamu alaikum, my dear brothers and sisters. English, right?
English, yeah. Please, because you have something on with that. Okay.
So, my name is Sohail Pirzada, and I am, by education, I'm BE in mechanical from Kennedy University, and then I'm master's in manufacturing with concentration in computer science and industrial engineering. And now by profession, I am the chairman and CEO of Mid Cities Psychiatry. And I'm married. My wife is Seema Kazi. She's a psychiatrist. And then I have 2 boys, Umar Pirzada and Ubaidur Rahman Pirzada. We live in South Lake. We moved here in 2013 from New Jersey. I have been involved in lots of Islamic organizations, especially since 9/11. Believe you me, since 9/11, especially 2001. And then I was also involved in lots of other non-profit organizations. And along the way, I have raised, by Allah knows best, but been a member of expansion funding group, been a member of a fundraising group along the way in Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Texas. I have raised, as I said, Allah knows best, but I believe that by the grace of Allah, I have raised so far about $18 million for the Islamic centers, for different, and been a chairman of expansion funding group of different, like Islamic Society of Central Jersey, and also, of Mazhar Islam in South Dallas. The question is, why would you vote for me? And simply, I want to say that my goal would be to, of course, in addition to taking care of all the necessary requirements and whatever the requirements of being a president of Islamic, Society of South Lake is concerned, Islamic Center of South Lake, I would also be, focus would be to expand this masjid. And, if you want to vote for me, I promise you that I will focus on expanding this masjid to what it is required, what it deserves, and with the wishes of the community, based on the, once the wish list is finalized, my goal is to plan the wish list, then execute that plan, all by the grace of Allah, through people like yourself. And that's what my goal is. So if you want to vote for me, I want to expand this masjid with the will of Allah through your vote and through your support.
Thank you. Can I ask if you can switch with Jawaid because so he's closer to the
Sure.
computer and during the recording. Jawaid.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Jawaid Alam. Everyone knows my wife too, Habiba Alam. We have three kids, Osman Alam, Rida Alam, and Jawaid and Ali Alam. We moved from New York in 2009 and straight to the South Lake. We love this community almost like 13 years now. We love this community. Since 2011, I'm very involved with this community work and everything from velocity, all the Ramadan, and very first day from this masjid too. I worked as 5 years as a vice president in this masjid as a volunteer work. Then I become a president for the last year and a half. My goal is only to keep the community together. We few things we working on it, on a progress, which is one of the shed outside because every Friday namaz, when we done, we just stand outside, we make big noise and everything. So we want everybody to be out. So that's our priority right now to working on it. The plan is already submitted to the city of South Lake. Second big project we're working on is the parking lot, which is a very big problem right now. We don't have enough parking lot spots for the community. Expanding, yes, is down the road, but right now, I don't think so. This community needs a big mosque and everything because beside Friday, we don't need it. We don't hardly fill 2 or 3, stuff and that's it. So as a president, if I get the term for next 2 years, so my goal will be the big parking lot, the shed, and definitely safety is my priority for this community. So I will work on it. So in last 1 year, we did not do anything much just because of the pandemic. But if I get the chance next year, I will definitely do some good work. And I promise I will deliver it. Thank you.
Monawar, since you're the closest, you want to. Oh, okay, sure.
I can take off my mask?
Yeah.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, community members. So my name is Monawar Alhaque, and again, I live in South Lake. I have a very supportive wife, Zarina Shama, and 3 kids, mashallah. I moved over here in 2006. I used to live with my sister over here, and then in 2010, we bought a house in South Lake. By profession, I'm an engineer. My wife is a physician, and I've been kind of engaged in this masjid, or let's say community building, from day one. So if anyone remembers 2011, basically with the support of Colleyville Masjid, we launched a Ramadan program for 2 years at Velocity. And after that, we were able to get this masjid. This is pretty much the hard work of the community and their trust and support. I've been a board member in and out, and I've held several different positions. Currently, I'm in the IT, and again, so this is not just about the masjid, it's all about the community, to build it and bring it together. So that's where my kind of passion lies, and again, I look for your support.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. First of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to work as a board member for the last 2 years. My name is Mohammad Ashfaq. I'm living in South Lake since 2008. My wife at the airport and the 3 kids, Ali, Nazim, anyone has my profession and my physician. My wife is a physician. I've been involved in the South Lake Masjid and community since 2008. The masjid, of course, happened later. We were involved in the velocity. That's how I'm sure everyone knows how the velocity works. The first year of my board member, I was worked as a treasurer, and the last year I was working as a vice president. One really thing I like about the board is we all work together. We come up with a project and work together. We may have differences, but it's never a personal, it's never an ego issue. We work together, we come up with a solution, and we execute that. And that's what my promise is to keep this community together. I try my best, keep this board together, come up with the projects, which right now, as Javid said, and Huma said, our parking lot, our shed, and other execute this process. Without the support of this community and the members, we cannot do anything. So your support. Another thing I would like to do in the community is the mentorship of our young students. And we're doing it for the last 2 years because some of the kids do relate with me in the office, and myself, my wife, and my kids are available if anybody needs to reach out for the career planning or any other support. We'll be asking for your support, inshallah. And thank you very much again for giving the opportunity to work as board member for the last 2 years. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Mohammad Ashfaq. I moved to South Lake in 2019. Prior to that, I was living in Willis. By profession, I'm a physician. Working Fort Worth as a hepatologist, liver doctor. My wife, Sohail Ali, and I have 2 children, Haris Ashfaq and Michelle Ashfaq. I've applied for the board member here, and my aim is to somehow do some things here in the masjid activity-wise to increase the number of Muslims. I want more people to come to the mosque as compared to what we have right now. It's very bad. We have 10 to 15 or 20 for Isha, Fajr. I would like to do some activity, especially for the youth, so they can be involved more in the mosque. I've been involved in the past in the mosque, but mostly as a volunteer for doing the clinics, free clinics for Valley Range and Irving, but never been involved as a board member. But this is what I wanted to do, just figure out what can be done. Regarding the expansion of the mosque, I kind of agree. At this time, we don't have too many, Salvini or people to think about increasing or expanding. I think size as of now is pretty okay. And I also agree that we need more parking. So thanks for giving me the opportunity, and looking forward to this. Thanks.
So I am going to open up for questions in the audience here first. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. Can they tell me a question?
Yep.
This is for all the old members. Most of us been here for a long time, for the board. And I know for sure with all of you, especially with some of you, I don't know how hard you work to start this book. We had relatively big private from there. Pandemic did a big damage to and doing things. Now, the board members have questions what are you planning to do for the youth? We will come as well as that, but I don't see myself. Also, my son doesn't know the used to have, but on the board is not here. I said, we need extra job to not establish. But last 2 years, we have seen and we cannot act behind the you want to run again, you want to why want to continue? What should to keep the youth and how are you going to increase the number?
So I'll ask Brother Jawaid to
Okay.
go first and then Sohail to also. Yeah.
Let me give you a few things. Yeah, definitely. Last 2 years we didn't do anything because of pandemic and everything. So right now, okay, not right now. She did. Sister Huma, she started like in Asia. She involved all the kids, the Isha prayer and everything. So I think we having a lot of things in our mind, but we weren't ready for this thing. Like for example, we're looking for the parking lot. So once we build the parking lot, we're gonna make it be a prime to do the basketball and a tennis court over there. This will bring the more kids. See, that's the reason even adults like the cricket we're playing at, we're bringing more people involved in the masjid. This masjid not only for the namaz only, we wanted the people do like all the other activities. That's how, if I come for the play cricket or tennis, I'm gonna play namaz too. And that's all, this youth will be involved. So that's why that's in our mind right now. Nothing else I have anything, because when we're talking about like in a youth, like in a make it any big box or something outside and everything, we're not ready for that. We don't have that money either. But yeah, definitely we want to do something for the kids outside for basically basketball and a tennis and a cricket we started just to bring the kids in. Not the old people gonna play this. So that's how we generating it. And used to Brother Murphy and everything, they have a bonfire and everything. So now things getting better. So don't look at the back 1.5 years. Look for forward, and now our team is doing great job. We don't have any between nothing, any no fight or anything. Very great team I have it. I run it back in 1.5 years. So definitely we have a plan in the future that's the thing we're gonna do it. We're gonna bring those things back. That's my answer.
Brother, very good question. Thank you so much for asking. In fact, for the limitation of the time, I could not, give good reason for the expansion. You see, you need to dig the well when you're not thirsty. You see, the way things are happening, you do not create the environment and the culture. The families and the youth will not come. Masjid over here so far, we are already having a problem. They only come for the namaz and that's it. When we have a challenge with during the Ramadan, even during the days, we can create certain activities. I mean, basketball hoop is certainly a good idea. Tennis court is another good idea. Another, multi-purpose room where the community or the family can, have general normal activities. Like with the Khatm al-Quran or, get together, social activity. We can create those kind of environments for the family and the youth to come and hang out there. The idea is not, if we are not creating, if we are just creating that, if you want to vote for me, just keep in mind that I will only be focusing, if they say we don't have the money. If you believe, you will have the money. But if you don't believe, that's fine. But I do believe. How much is going to cost us to expand this budget? 2 million, 3 million, 4 million? With Allah, anything and everything is possible. Why should I question him that we don't have the money? No, you propose. I may sound emotional, but I have done this by the grace of Allah, not once, multiple times by the grace of Allah. If you propose, God will dispose. You need to make a plan. You need to create the environment in such a way that the families and the youth will come. Give them the facilities, give them their culture, the environment, and they will come. It is extremely important, not for you and me to have these existing masjid, to have another parking lot or something like that. We need to create a plan to such a way that we can attract the youth so they can come and hang out here instead of going to any other place and hanging out. We see our youth going and hanging out here and there. Why not, provide them an environment, the culture, the atmosphere, so that they can come and hang out. We have enough land over here that we can provide. When this masjid was started, nobody could think of that you will be able to, this community will be able to pay off the debt of this masjid with which this was bought. But it was done in a miraculous way. It was nothing short of a miracle. People who were involved in this, Jawaid, Monawar, and some other people, they could not think of, but they paid it out. All by the grace of Allah, because they believe. And I believe that it does not matter if we create the environment, I mean, they say you want to attract somebody, okay, light yourself and people will come and see you. So the idea is to, create the environment, create the culture, so that you and the families can come and hang out and, arrange those, their daily, weekly, or even, their monthly or yearly activities. They can look forward to have those activities in the masjid. Why not? What's wrong with that? I mean, the thing is that when Masjid al-Nabawi can expand, when Khana Kaaba can expand, when a lot of masajids across the country, across the world can expand, why not, think of tomorrow and have this expansion today? Believe you me, you may think of, this is the time to think of expansion. This is what I think, and I believe in it. If you want to vote for me, just think in those terms. Because by the grace of Allah, you can hold me accountable and I will make it happen. All by the grace of Allah, through your support, because everything happens by the grace of Allah through the people. Everything happens since the creation of this world by the grace of Allah through the people. And you and I can make it happen. Thank you so much.
I'll invite other board members, see if they want to chime in.
I think the most important thing is to, yes, agree with everyone to involve very, very much, involve the youth. I was, before coming here, I used to go to Irving and I saw it over there that, they have ground, they put the muddy all over there and they are kids, they're always there, like afternoon, couple of hours before Zohar, and everybody go and pray Zohar, which is very good. And they have this habit of, going over there, involved in those activities, and then doing the prayer. And I've seen that over there after those, after the multi-purpose hall was built, how much was it changed, and how many more kids are coming over there. I saw what they did. I think to involve the youth, that's the most important thing. We have to give them something to look forward to come to the mosque. And one day we come to the mosque and they will pray and praying to the Christian.
So, the key thing I believe in is not just enough. We need to build our community and bring people together. I can totally understand overtaking that. At the same time, mashallah, I would say a lot of families over here, they're all physicians. Looking at the hospitals, giving us feedback, everybody should come. We had no other choice. So when we make decisions, previous board, we're not you might see me somewhere else, but doing something or going without a mask or something. But it's not necessary that I would do it at the same time. I'm responsible. I'm going somewhere else, I'm responsible. So these were some of the, it's kind of a hard balance. How do you balance these things out? Going forward, and again, I think we've already in talks that we're going to start doing family nights again. We want to do that. We're going to try to do some more outdoor barbecues. Try to bring, again, all the community in, and again, there have been almost 20, 30 families added in these two years. So we want to introduce them so they can come to the masjid. Things that we're doing outside, we can do it. That's, as long as it's not forbidden, I'm open to it. So that's what I do. If you want to come here, hang around, please. So we're going to try our best. As far as the youth is concerned, I've always kind of suggest an advocate on it, that there should be committees. Don't look just on the board to do things for you. You are the people. You are the community. You need to step up and say, I want to do this. And the board is in a supporting. We're going to support you, whatever you want to do. Come in committees, make some committees for the youth also. There should be a they should be able to tell us, or they want to do something. All they do is ask them. We're going to try to give them a little bit of guidelines, but they're independent. That's the way I see it. So for the community, and again, I keep saying, like, you, the people, the Muslims in South Lake, Great Wine, West Lake, you need to come with ideas. You need to come up with something that you want to do, and we are in a supporting mood. We'll support you with what you do. That's, yeah, the way to start.
Go ahead.
Tasneem.
So one of the challenges looking at
Just want to clarify question. You asking the board to communicate with the newcomers in the town or something? That's what
I
you're
think,
saying? Or
yeah, I think what he's talking about is effective communication, whether it's new
communication
members,
with who? Among the community or the board?
with the community.
With the
The
community.
board communicates Sohail, I'll let him go first. Go ahead.
I think
And, sorry, before Sohail, you said, I'll respect short answer. But minute long. Yeah.
That's a good incentive. That's a very good incentive. Okay, thank you so much for your question. Next. Okay, now, what I understand from your question is, how does the board determine what the community wants? Part of it?
How does the board communicate?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, personally, I've never been a board member this time. I have ran 2 times, always lost. And, let's see what Allah wills this time. The thing is that when I say expansion, I really want to focus on expansion because of the youth, because of the family, because to bring them and create the environment and the culture for them. But that expansion will only happen on the wish list of the community. And how will we determine that list? By asking the community. Hey, we can create a wish list. I mean, I can help them jog their memory. I know a lot of things that I can, or they can add their own. And then the wish list will be finalized. And based on that final wish list, we will make the plan. That's what the idea is. I mean, I may have so many things in my wish list, but it is the community who will decide what they want in that wish list. That wish list will be finalized. So it will be a two-way street. Expansion, yes, but what the community wants. Do they want a multi-purpose room? Do they need a swimming pool? Do they need a tennis court? Do they need a basketball court? Do they need a dining area? Do they need a big parking area? Do they need a big parking porch? Anything we can. Do they need 2-story building? Do they need 1-story building? Do they need, what things are that? Do they need a library? Do they need a working space? I mean, there's so many things that massages are offering now to the community across the country, across the world, to the community, to the Muslims. I'm not talking about some, some corporate world. I'm talking about massages. They are offering working spaces. They are offering, a lot of things, they are offering, computer centers, learning centers, they are offering libraries. All those things will be based on the wish of the community.
So basically, you're looking for the communication between the board and the community and everything. So we have a website and we have what you call a board email address, and on the what do you call this app, all the apps, Facebook, and these kind of communication we have. On top of that, we all the board members always available, at least on a Friday here. If anyone has any question, we are, or another thing I tell you, like most of them are friends. The whole community is tight that we all see each other almost once a week at least. So if anybody has the issue, they come up forward. They don't think like I'm a president or whoever one. They come as a friend. They talk to us like this needs to be done. This is not going on. We used to have a very great day like in those family nights every month or every other month. Just bring all the community together. We used to have all Ramadan, like in a good Ramadan aftar party here with the dinner and everything. So that's how the people get to know each other. This is what I'm telling you. This is not outside. It's a community masjid. You hardly find somebody besides Friday. You hardly find anybody outside the community. Most of them, 99% will. And you know each other. Every time we ask your name, now we remember you too. Next time we come, we're going to see this. You want to go like a member here. So that's about the communication with everybody. If you have any question, anytime you can knock the door, you can have a number on a site. That's the way the communication.
I'd like to just add to it again. Community building is what we want to do, right? You just moved in 3-4 months. We're going in again, COVID situation. Like that, haven't planned yet. Inshallah, I do foresee that coming to Ramadan, if the board approves and we'll start up our aftars again. And we do aftar Fridays and Saturdays. That's where everybody meets. We also do family nights. So the app is there, and on the app you'll find email addresses. If you come into the community, you do expect like the members joining in to send an email to introduce themselves.
this guy doesn't. So once you sign up on that, you can come into the group. There's an app, Facebook. We're gonna also try to open up YouTube channel soon.
I want to, when I was in Massachusetts, Sharon, I was involved, or we were involved in Halakha night every Friday night. And people, it was like, the dinner was provided by the masjid, or it could be sometimes the pot. So that was very, very, very powerful. I mean, the community, was basically involved.
No, that's all right. No, it's okay, but pre-COVID.
No, I asked him the permission, sir.
The most important question at this time is based on Sunday. I have not seen people coming over here. I have seen mosques where in Fajr you find 100 people, 100 people. But in mosque, I started coming over here, 3 people, and come sit there, wait for the last time, go on already here, I follow that. So what have you been doing for increasing Salim over here? And as far as do you have any plan in your mind, how you raise the people over here? How do you do that? People are not involved. So, leaders, how do you expect the kids to be just quick? I mean, they won't see their parents. They're seeing their parents set an example. You are to do this. You expect to do this. Why are we expecting that?
So yes, that's very, very important. We should come and we should bring our kids. That's the main part. If you're not going to do that, you can come up with some program, incentive for the kids, and sports activities. That's how you just lure them to come to the mosque, and hopefully they get a habit of coming here and then regularly keep on staying here. One can drive, we can come here without his dad or help. The main thing is we have to come ourselves. So regarding how can we increase them, I have this idea only for the youth basically, come with some programs, sports activities, get together for the children. As I said, multi-purpose hall was on the card. I told you what I've seen over there in Arabic. A lot of kids, they came over there just because of that. They usually walk, by the way, they don't live far from there's a big community over there, they walk, but their parents are nowhere, but they're going to come involved, like Maghrib evening, they will play something. Like first of all, they will play Asr, and then they will go to the multi-purpose hall, play some basketball, and then do Maghrib, and then they'll go home. So that's good. This is one. But beside that, you can come up with some other activities, debate for the kids or children, or do some other program in the mosque. Somehow you can bring them in. But I agree with Mom. We have to all come and bring our kids. That's how they will become. And I mean, we could be a lot more here compared to. Huh?
So, again, let me put it this way. If we are the board members, we don't have the answers. We just like, what do you want? I keep going back to you. This is your budget. We're in a supporting role. What do you think that would help them? Bring up the idea, make a committee, get like 3 or 4 minds together, and we'll support you. We're here to support you.
Sure.
We will definitely send a survey and do that. Now, having said that, again, this masjid, you have to understand, you cannot compare this masjid with Irving, Valley Ranch, and Plain. Those are metro masjids. We are a very small community masjid. If this is the board, then this is all the volunteer that you get. So understand this. We are only 6, 7 people that are volunteering. Right? We don't have 25, 30 people in the back end that is helping us. So don't compare us with metros. And again, tell us what you want to do. We're here to support.
I have one more thing to add, by the way, and this is from Valley Ranch. Okay? Valley Ranch mosque, they have this hump, which is like kind of a magnet to be very frank. And because of a lot of people, they come over there. You go there after like Isha, guy sits over there and asks, anybody has any question, he will answer it. I mean, that's what I personally believe, and it has to be a decision by the democracy. Everybody has to make a decision. I personally believe that we should have our own good imam. We should be able to say, and that imam be good enough, like not exactly like one we event, but good enough that people will come because of him.
Yeah, is there anybody asking a question online? No, I don't see any. I do have a question. Yeah, Mike. I do have a question for the board.
Is it an existing board or for the future?
For the existing board, for those who are running again, and then I like the future people to chime in afterwards. But my first question is towards the existing board. And so I had the honor to be the ECC on the last election as well, the last year, and I am the ECC this year as well. We could not have enough applications. The community was definitely affected. I mean, I'm not going to mince words. And we did not have enough applications to come in to fill the empty seats. What did you do in the last year to bridge that? Because we are back in the same situation a year later. If we have not received one more application, there would not have been an election. And this year, right now, despite bombarding people with messages and everything, there are 4 people online and there are 5 people sitting here. It's a community of over 100 families. And I feel like this is a failure. It can't be, what do you want to do? Well, you chose to run for this. What are you doing to bring the community to the mosque? It's not, if they're not here for namaz, they're not here for other activities. What are we doing in the last, and I understand there was pandemic, but most things opened up in summer, right? But we did not open the Sunday school. Sunday school is still online. It's still on the, we're not still engaged, those kids who are willing to attend. So what did you do in the last year, and what is the plan going forward to bring the community back into the mosque?
About the Sunday school, I tell you, we tried this year sometime in July to open it, but the Delta variant came in, and the principal of the Sunday school and Karima and everyone, all the sisters, decided it's not the right time to open it. So that's the reason they delayed it. By the time, now the time, good time, they cannot switch it from virtual to this one. So that's the one reason. Next year, inshallah. And I tell you previously, like before this pandemic, we had more than 100 students. Even we don't have enough room. They used to tutor in this Musaffa. So yes, definitely, we are more than our capacity. We are teaching the kids and everything. Bringing the family together. You know, you've been a long time here. We are very close family. We come we together at family nights or third party or whatever. Not a big deal. We can bring them anytime. It just be as a board member, our responsibility to keep a safe place and everything. We trying. We maybe if somebody open in September, we want to take it a little longer, a couple of more months. The reason we have a more doctors in this community, they are more concerned and everything. That's the reason we go taking more precautions. That's the only reason I can tell you that.
Again, going back to so, yes, compared to the corporate budget, I want to and I personally asked that
So, and again, yeah, the community is in the fracture. And it has been fractured for things going on because of the last year, everything was shut down. We actually didn't even see each other, our friends. So it is getting better. And again, we will bring it back. So it will take time. It's not just going to happen snap of a time. It takes time for us to be a bit more extra cautious what we're trying to do. And that's the whole I can say. As far as people not trying to volunteer or not attending the meetings, it's people don't want to associate. It's up to them. It's like we're open-ended, and the nominations are coming in. And I would be honest, I kind of floated this out already. But I don't believe in elections for the council. I would rather not have elections because elections just divide. I would like to get opportunities to come. Well, Tanzim is also in the board.
Yeah.
So you can come in.
Here's what I think, and I do that personally. I come to the market all the time. They all see me. That's the most important to get connected. And get to know the people also. I mean, leaders, what leaders job is, leaders, how they connect, they don't come, they don't connect. So it's important to know that we try all that. To come to the market and get connected. So that's the most important thing for us.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I want to quickly, with your permission.
Yes, please go ahead.
I just want to say quickly, I mean, world people, what they experience, I've never experienced in their lifetime before, I understand that. And I was not in the board, I cannot say, but I know from experience that when I was made the chairman of expansion funding group of Islamic Society of Central Jersey, there were only 4 people in the expansion funding group. And when I decided to come to Texas, I resigned. And by the grace of Allah, at that time, even the board kind of stopped me from bringing more people into the committee. But I said, what is the point of not bringing people? I mean, is there a bylaw or something? There were 55 people in the expansion funding group when I resigned, 55. When I became the expansion funding group chairman of Masjid al-Islam in South Dallas, in last 7 to 9 years, they raised hardly 300,000 with no community member across Texas or across Dallas supporting them. By the grace of Allah, when they made me the chairman, I got involved. I involved West Plano Masjid. I involved Epic Masjid. I involved Irving Masjid. And within a matter, by the grace of Allah, in 18 months, we were able to raise $1.5 million. 18 months. In last 7 to 9 years, they raised 300,000. In 18 months, we raised about $1.5 million. And there were people involved from across Dallas, a lot of different massages. They were like close to maybe 18 to 20 members of, Irfan was member of that, Hassan Faraja was member of that. And, a lot of people from West Plano Masjid were members. A lot of people from Epic Masjid were members. Brother Nazim's brother was kind of instrumental in that. So basically, my goal is to bring people and, together. I cannot see what happened with South Lake Masjid in last year and for last 1.5 years since March 2020. I understand, and of course, also given the fact that this is a small masjid, but I think we can certainly create an excitement here and we can bring more people to the masjid.
It's not a question, it's a comment. I'm worried about Adnan and the only board member I get to see. So it's a comment. Because Alhamdulillah, not how to or pay or you already have it. That's all. You're doing it for Allah's acceptance and Allah's doing it for us. We cannot tell others how to do it. It's our job. But my comment, if you want to run for board, or if you want to vote with us, you should also ask yourself, are you willing to do it? And what I say, if you don't come, if I don't come, ignore your program in water. Because they don't do what we say, they do what we do. Next year. If you are willing to run for both for what? For Allah's acceptance, you should make a commitment also to come as much as possible for benefit. Not only for private. That's only another question. You don't have to answer.
I think we're almost at time. Any other question?
Any question on that?
No, there are no questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
There was one more question that somebody had asked me, and I'll pass it on. What's the plan around the constitution? Is there a plan to pass a new constitution? Where's the work?
Yes, it's on a pipeline. It's not easy job. That's the first thing I tell you. We've been trying for the last 4 years. And like I say, when 10 people sit there, 10 people have different like a mindset. It's very hard to come up with a solution and everything. But yes, definitely now we're back on track. Pandemic is almost over now, inshallah. So we can sit down and make a committee and then take care of that.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming in. Thank you.